Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a little bit of Cities Skylines. So, playing this partly because my Stellaris playthrough has sapped my will to continue with that for just a little while, so we're taking a brief break from that playthrough. And we'll do a bit of a Let's Play of Cities Skylines for a little while here, or until I get bored of it. But yeah, what I wanted to do is check out mass transit, but I also want to try out a type of interesting city design that I think might work. We'll find out there, but in any event, this is based around something that other people playing City Skylines, and as well as, you know, real city planners have been talking about a little bit, and that's the sort of Barcelona supergrid. So we're going to give that a try, but we're, as you can see, not actually building those properly. One of the things that we're going to try to do in this particular playthrough is actually build up large supergrids, but have them blocked for specific things, and then remove the road connections to each other, and make it so that you can only get to one another through transit, so either trains, metro, or subway stations. This means that I won't have very many buses, but that's pretty much okay, because we're going to try and have as many people as possible moving entirely through the transit system. And this also means that we won't have huge traffic jams coming in through here, because we can actually get rid of this connector as well eventually. We'll have to have people coming in instead through our railway connection, which is somewhere up here, yeah, up there. So that's going to be the way it is. Now, to save on money, we're actually just going to try and creep our utilities up along these roads here. We'll see if this is good enough, but while we can zone in a lot more stuff, we just want to make sure that we're getting power across the entire thing here. So just going to allow these guys to pop in. Now, we have got some one-way roads here that lead in and out of these sort of areas. Got some turnarounds and stuff like that. We'll be able to sort of block in huge amounts of sort of the stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and drop our economy for everything. I don't even know what budget does for roads here, but we're going to drop our road budget as well down to 0. Or 50% rather, so I'm pretty sure it's just for road maintenance, and since I don't have any road maintenance vehicles or anything like that yet, it's not really going to matter. So you can see that we've got like people... What the hell? Yeah, we got like this crawl of houses. I don't know what was up with the sewage there for a second there. Now, I have to be pretty careful because I don't have like all of my sewage pipes blocked in because I didn't have enough money to get the entire sewage system underway. But we'll have to sort of deal with that as we will. So yeah, here's where things get a little bit questionable, because we're not going to have power to here until we get the house over here, but that shouldn't be a problem, so we'll just let that happen. Of course, we're not getting any more houses somehow. That's interesting. Although we're also getting power up here, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know how we're getting power up here, because it shouldn't jump from like that far away. Well, if it's gonna, I'll let it. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and block in some more of this industrial, since that's what the game is telling me I need. That's fine. Oops, actually, let's figure out where our water pipes are again. Get rid of that. Okay, it is that way. Okay, I did actually have it right. So yeah, this should also relatively minimize train traffic to a certain degree, because all our trains are going to be running from here to down here, which is because this is going to be a commercial zone, this is going to be an industrial zone, so everything in here is going to be industry and stuff like that, and infrastructure to support industry, whereas this is going to be commercial and business, like office towers and stuff like that. And then we're going to have just residential here, and we're going to actually go a 9x9 grid with the industry in the center, and see how that sort of goes for us. I think that this should actually be quite efficient. You can also use lots of walk paths and stuff like that, of course, and that should increase our efficiency just a little bit there. Alright, looks like I have to also increase our budget back up to 100% here. That's okay though, because our tax income has sort of gone up. I think our nighttime use of electricity should be lower though, so maybe I can actually go 50% on the nighttime use of electricity. So we'll find out. We'll try it, see if it works. And now that we've got that going, I can go ahead and... Now, I don't actually want buildings between these connectors, but since I only sometimes seem to have, like, I'm not really sure what's causing me to actually have access to the stuff that I want there. I'm not going to bother with it until I get more pipes down, so for now I'm just going to go like this. Because I think, pretty sure I've got water all the way down, yeah. All the way down and across, so give that a go. Starting to get that positive tick, get us out of this hole that we're in, which is fine. And just go like that. I think it's going to be the easiest and best way to do this. Looks like I can actually fill in completely here, though. So I can do that. And looks like I can also go further down this way. Oops, shit. Okay, so Let's get rid of all that. Looks like this one's going down this other way here. Okay, like that. There we go. So even in worst case, I can, since we managed to get to the positive tick in income, we could, in the worst case scenario, just wait until we get our positive income so that we can build more pipes and stuff like that so we can fill in more space. Sometimes you end up without enough money to actually reach this milestone, and then you get kind of screwed. But in our case, it looks like we made it. So go ahead and add in a maintenance and utilities road that we're going to put down here. I could put further down, but I feel like just putting it over here is fine. Then we can attach a garbage depot to this. Now, we're going to try and rush a little bit to a certain point here, and that's to the point where we've got access to the apartment blocks, and in particular the trains as well. Once we've got access to transit, we'll have a much easier time with this. Or rather, I'll actually be able to do what I'm trying to do here, rather. So, you know. Alright, there we go. And I can afford quite a lot of pipes now because of that huge amount of money that you get when you reach that milestone. Well, it's not actually a huge amount, but it's an amount. You get money. Alright, there we go. Now, I don't really need to finish off the roads just yet. You can see that we've still got plenty of demand and we've still got plenty of space, so I don't need to finish off the roads until we start running out of space for our what we're doing here. Okay, which might actually be fairly soon. Yeah, I'll probably need to build another industrial road pretty soon, but that's okay. Get this down. There we go. I'm not even sure I really needed that, but should be okay. Alright, now we can go ahead and chuck in that, since all that will have water now. And just chuck the speed up a little bit and see what happens. Should have way too much residential right now, and that's fine. We'll need a hospital pretty soon. I might go for the loan for that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that loan. I could also do that for electricity if I need to, but for now this should be okay. I kind of like having them near the center square because the center square is an all-round road as opposed to a lot of the other ones which are one-ways because of that sort of grid layout. But that should be fine. Yeah, we're earning quite a lot of bank now. I should be able to afford a coal power plant pretty soon. We'll put it on the utilities road along our right by our garbage. But we'll probably have to get a couple of those collectors until we can get the incineration plants, which is what we really sort of want here. Education is kind of good, but it's not as important as getting that power grid because, as you can see, we're already running out of electricity. I'm going to go ahead and just budget in and use 150% power during the days. So this way we should clear that out because I use a lot more electricity during the daytime, especially from factories. Residential, I think, uses electricity more at night, but I can't remember that for sure. I just think that that should be the case. Alright, we can afford our power plant now, so let's go ahead and drop that in there. And it's just dirt road connectors, fine for this little area here. Alright, we've jumped up to Worthy Village real fast there. Gonna need fire stations pretty quickly. Other than that, we're probably going to be okay for the next little while. I think we want this fire station to be like over here by this other road. Put it right there, I think. Okay, so with that done, let's go ahead and grab actually the full ring here. It's 3,200 for one of these roads, which is quite a lot. Actually, these ones are cheaper because I just remembered I can't actually go to the top with this one because I need to be able to buy a square. I don't have the money for that, so I guess we'll just leave that be for now. Let's just actually maybe fill in the one-ways here. Okay, so for this area, we're going for a sort of tighter grid than we have in the residential, and what we want is actually have a really sort of wide block in the center there. This looks like it's correct. There we go. Then we want to have another road. Should also actually be facing that direction. So we'll have a fairly large area in the center here, just because we've got these sort of much smaller tiles along the sides here. So you can see that we've got these ones there, quite small. But this leaves us... Oops, actually I think I did this wrong. Yeah, I did do this wrong. Okay, so actually delete. Or actually, I guess I just upgrade. Why have we got power outages? It's probably because of the budgeting. I should probably... Oh, wait, I know why it is, actually. Ta-da! There we go. That'll fix it. And I think we can now go to 100, 100. Or probably like 150. Oops. I think our nighttime should still be okay. And we probably need to go 100% on water. And I find that 100% both times is fine, and we'll go to 100% on roads as well. We're earning enough now that that's probably okay. Could also increase our taxes just by a little bit. Go up to 10%, 10% and 11%, I think. Industry tends to give you a lot of money there. Okay, so... yeah, I screwed this up here, but that's fine. We'll manage. Let's see here. Okay, so this way does go like that. That's fine. And that one does go there. And... okay, so it's actually going to be this type of road here, I think. We'll see if I did this right later. But, oh shit, wow, okay. That has happened really fast. Okay, I'm going to let this game slow down a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that should be correct. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I still haven't built a school. That's good. Right, so this looks... yeah, that looks centered. Okay, good. So yeah, it has to be about this big for me to properly fit in a transit hub. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so we need to be able to fit a transit hub in here as well as underground rail lines. So it actually takes up a huge amount of space, which is why the square is so big. And then we'll also fill it in later on with like more elaborate, less grid-like... well, probably still quite grid-like, but we'll fill it in with some more like businesses and stuff like that, and parks and stuff like that. Alright, so do that. We'll do this. There we go. And I think for now we can actually just go like this here. There. So I think this will be good enough for now. Yeah, I can set districts, that's fine. I'm not going to bother with that just yet. Have we got police? I don't think we have. Get that down there. Got a hospital, I believe. Yep. Apparently the hospital is being mugged. That's good. Alright, so we still need education. Do I want that more than I want some, like, another fire department, maybe? Maybe it'd be better for me to get a second fire department first. Can I get another loan? I can. Let's go ahead and take it. I find that just taking loans in this game is actually pretty efficient. Alright, another fire department down here. Gonna keep our utilities sort of near the center of these places where possible, or where I feel it appropriate, but... alright, let's get the school down, I guess. Why not? There we go. Then after that we can go ahead and plot in a little bit more commercial. Okay, so how are we going to do this part is going to be a little bit more tricky, but I guess we just get this out to here for now, and then we'll figure out how to deal with this part. Okay, so if we go to here, so that goes like that because we're doing the small squares, so that should be fine. And like that. Man, the police station is pretty damn far away from here, I think. Alright, then like that. Alright, and then this goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, we're actually able to build this road at the very least all the way out, so 2, 3, and 4. It's amazing like how much space I had to figure out. Like I was in other games trying to figure out how much space you need for a monorail slash rail slash other grid. to be able to have it like in here, you have to have this basically split in half and then have it in the middle of there. Otherwise, you can't fit like train lines underneath the road. It's amazing how much space those things take up. They're just gigantic. It's gross. All right, get that down. All right. I think there. Yep. Could always just like throw them in the easy way and then reverse them, but it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so this should still have decent traffic flow, even though it won't be optimal, but like it should be functional at the very least. Alright, we still got 37k, but it's actually surprisingly little when you think about it. Alright, get that down there. Later on, we might replace some of the other things in this area, but for now, I think we want to get the high school down. Get it down here. Again, keeping our utilities sort of near the center. Perfectly fine. Yeah, we've still got some people coming into the residential. Yeah, we can build canals. We're going to build actually some canals later on, but right now I don't really feel like I want them. Okay, like that. That. There we go. All right. No. Doesn't look like I can actually fill this area in all that effectively, because it looks like I've got no demand for residential, which is lovely. Let's get our speed back up and try and see if we can end up with a little bit more demand for stuff. But one of the things that I can actually do at this point in time is go ahead and grab some bike paths and some sidewalks and stuff like that. We're actually just going to pull like a sidewalk between each of these sorts of roads down here. And what this is going to do is it's going to reduce the traffic burden of people going in and out of this area. Technically speaking, I can already actually get rid of the road connections from a residential zone, but it's probably not the greatest idea right now since it's quite a long walk from the bottom corner to the top corner. So we'll wait till we get the subway lines in place there. I should probably also grab the connector road on this side though, because it should reduce transit sort of congestion around the side here. Yeah, so some of these cars are going to be able to go all the way down this way, and it's just going to be a little bit more efficient. After a while, we're going to want to move these roads to different spots, but should be okay for the time being. Alright, so our population has been going up really fast this playthrough. This is kind of like the nice thing about efficient grid structures, is that the population will go up quickly. People make fun of grids for being ugly, but I actually really like grids. Just aesthetically. Nice and symmetrical. It's kind of like how my favorite character from like Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, it's just like that one person who's just extremely precise about everything. That's basically me. I mean, we are building a perfectly super symmetrical city, basically, here. So, you know, should tell you a little bit about what kind of a person I am. Probably a serial killer. That's the answer. That's the answer to that question. Anyway, let's get that going in there. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. There we go. Oh, God. Okay. Now, the thing is, like, our percentage of, like, commercial and industrial is going to be way, way too high for the amount of residential that we can actually fit into our corner here, like our little square here. So we're going to have to get another one eventually, but... Well, actually, the amount of commercial is only going to be problematic because we don't have access to the stupid high-density stuff, and more importantly to the buildings, or the office buildings, but whatever. We're going to go ahead and just drop a carousel here, I think. I like carousels. They're really, really potent for a fairly short radius. So you can see how much they've impacted the quality of the ground around them, despite being fairly small and compact. And this is also why we've spaced these about this distance, because most of the parks can fit in there. Or rather, a lot of the parks. Not all of them. But it helps a lot if you can get your parks jammed in there. Okay, let's go with this. There we go. Another huge chunk of our industry there. And this is just allowing us to do big chunks of growth all at once. Let's go ahead and actually grab our next square. I'm going to purchase this one, because this one lets us build another residential block. Just because that's how we're sort of spacing them. So we can build another residential square right alongside here, if we want to. There we go. Get that done. In fact, why don't we actually get it started? Got enough money to get it started. Oh, shit. Boomtown. Okay, that happened fast. Nothing too important comes at this point, other than the fact that I have to get a cemetery, which is really annoying, actually. If I didn't have to get that, I wouldn't actually mind this anywhere near as much, but the fact that these are mandatory and the fact that they're so disruptive is just super annoying. I should probably actually put it in the residential block, but whatever. What do we do right now? I think we get that residential, because we're trying to rush population here as fast as possible here. Okay, I think we do it like have both of the traffic coming in on this side and then out here, because there's not a lot of outward traffic heading this way, so this will sort of level that. I think that we're paying 3,200 per section here, so that should be this much. Ooh, and we have to flatten a bit of the terrain here. What I want to do for this actually is use the smooth terrain, I think, softened terrain. And this should just make it so that I can build buildings on this hill here, because this cliff is a little bit too steep right now, this hill here. So we'll try and soften it up to the point where I can actually get buildings onto there. And go ahead and fast forward this and let stuff build a bit, because we've actually got quite a lot zoned in. But once this is fully softened, I think you can actually build buildings along it, even if it looks still pretty steep. And that's all we really care about, is whether or not we can actually build stuff on here. It's pretty expensive to do this as well, I think, but maybe not. It's hard to tell. You can get actually refunded, though, on it if you decide to re-edge it. You'd think that that's not really a thing you can do, but whatever. It's just the way it is. Okay. This should be getting pretty close to softened enough, I think. Alright. So I don't mind actually having my city up on hills. I actually think that cities on hills looks pretty nice, but this would be a shining city on a hill, an example to all of America, or whatever. Okay, so 3,200, 3,200. And you can see that despite the fact that there's this sort of... Yeah, actually no, we can't actually build here, so I didn't quite get it enough. So I'm probably going to actually just delete out this much. So we have to soften that some more. Which really sucks, but whatever. Now what I can actually do is use the level terrain device. Right click about here, and then just lower the terrain out a bit. And then re-soften it. And that sometimes works a bit better. The thing we have to watch out for is if we accidentally fill up our soil availability bar. Alright, let's try softening it again. This is such an annoying step to this type of city, is just trying to get the terrain to match where you want to do it. I'm the sort of person who's like going to be like, I must bend nature to my will so I can build a city here, whereas other people would be like, why don't we just build around the hill? And I'm like, no, Mother Nature must be conquered. I would make the world's worst hippie. I'm pretty sure, you know. Alright, there we go. C needs more power. What the shit? Okay, we'll try and grab one of these, I think, if we can afford it. Looks like we can. So, grab that, throw that in there. Looks like we need more industry as well. Oh shit. Okay, well that probably explains a little bit why we need industry. Holy crap. Alright, grab you guys up there. And we'll fill this out for now, even though this isn't complete. This road here is not complete. There we go. That ought to do. Just do that. Why not? It's the worst that could happen. Alright. Looks like we actually are fine, though, on our electricity now, so that should fix all that, and those buildings are indeed popping and going back to the ether so that they can be reconstituted as new buildings, so that's all good, I guess. Anyway, let's hit the slow down button here. See if we can't finish off this road now. Snap points are a bit weird here. Okay, I don't know how the hell I deleted these, but let's see if this, oh right, I forgot a little bit over here needs to be shaved off too. Looks like this is closer, but not quite right. Okay. Well, I think I might go back and do that during another, doing that later, but level terrain here, right click there. Maybe I just figure out where the road actually is going to be and then just hit this up really hard along that side there. So we can get a straight line at least. So I guess I won't be building as much on a hill as I would have liked, but whatever. Wait, really? We're still out of power? Holy hell. Alright, let's get another one of these, I guess. Like, these things produce quite a lot of power, so it shouldn't be that big an issue. Alright. Should have locked in and saved actually our last... Yeah, okay. Alright, so people are still praising the city, which is a bit weird since we have all sorts of problems, but that's fine. Kind of don't want to be doing this on the fast speed anyway, because I kind of want to get to the higher population densities without having to have too much garbage built up. Garbage buildup is kind of your enemy. Alright. So yeah, we're probably filling in our soil availability by too much, but, you know, whatever. Soften the terrain up actually a bit here. Alright, let's see if we can do it now. Nope, not quite. And a little bit too steep still down here. Can't believe this is too steep. I think it's because it's like autopiling the dirt in some direction there, though. I don't think that's actually because we've got that on a hill. Alright. So we're basically just obliterating a hillside here, which I really didn't want to have to do. But we can go back and like sort of refill this in later. This is still kind of hilly, I guess. It's just not as hilly as it was before. Alright, and... Yep, that's good. And that's good enough. Looks like, yeah, we can build on all those tiles. Well, either way, I think we're going to call it an episode here. We've done only a little bit, but we've sort of shown the skeleton framework of what we're going to be doing with the city, which is kind of, I think, a bit unique. I'm going to skip ahead until we've gotten a couple more of these blocks filled in, but we're going to be racing as fast as we can, basically, to 8,500, which is when we get the high-density stuff. Once we've got that high-density stuff unlocked, it's going to be a pretty easy race to the metro lines and stuff like that, which is when this city really comes... Well, not metro lines, actually. The train lines, which is when the city really sort of pops. It becomes kind of a unique thing. But we'll see if we can get there. I'll do it just before we hit 8,500, but for now, this is going to be our video. Hope you found it enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.